Oh.
Good afternoon. It is 4 o'clock here in Alabama, and we have the giggles. December the 17th.
Ooh, 73 degrees.
73 degrees, and I have on line pants and a sweatshirt. For what reason, I have no earthly idea. So let's just hope that I don't start sweating before we get finished.
Go ahead. I'm going to tell you, this has got to be the mildest winter that I can remember in a long. It's December 17th. We haven't had any hard freezes. I mean, it's gotten cold, but it hadn't been a hard freeze.
Well, I went in the bathroom to change my pants, and I decided that I have had them on till 4 o'clock. There was no point in me changing now. Then I saw that you had taken your undershirt off and it's sitting on the back of the chair downstairs. So maybe I should have changed.
The mildest. This is no doubt the mildest winter so far.
Well, we had the Victoria Crown pigeons locked up for about 4 days straight there because the temperatures at night were getting down into the 20s.
Yeah, but nothing. The water's you didn't have to go out there and knock the ice on top of the water.
I did one day. It was frozen. The trough was frozen, and so I thought, I'm going to just use my shoe and bust this trough open. And it looked like it was really thick, and so I took my shoe and I went right through the ice into the water. It wasn't thick, and my shoe got soaking wet. It was not a good outcome. But you're right, we haven't had any frozen water.
It ain't been bad at all.
No, it's very, very mild here.
Mm-hmm.
Very mild.
Very mild.
So what's going on? I guess everybody wants to know about our new edition. Do you have something you wanted to talk about first?
Oh.
Jason posted a picture of him and the new edition earlier, and he called her Fuzzy or something. Me and my fuzzy buddy or
Big
something.
Fuzzy.
No, you didn't say Big Fuzzy.
I did.
Oh, you said Bigfoot. Okay. So a lady said in the comments, have you come up with a name yet? And another lady responded, hopefully it's not Big Fuzzy. And Jason and I got so tickled about that.
Oh, goodness.
I don't know why, but Moody, Mildred, Tater, and Big Fuzzy. That's not her name, but the thought of it just made me laugh. I got so tickled.
Oh, that's funny.
So she is doing well. We're still waiting to find out about her leg and what could potentially be done for it. It's not a situation where she needs stitches or there's no infection present. So Dr. D knows that. He's been sent a video, and he knows it's not an emergency. So he's going to get her looked at as soon as possible.
That's right.
Plus, we ordered some vaccines for the other cows.
Correct.
I don't even know what that vaccine is, but since we have so few cows, he wants to vaccinate all of our cows.
At one time.
They
said once he mixes it, did he say mix it together?
He said it's a live virus, if I'm not mistaken.
Something like that.
And so Catherine has 2 new members of her family. If you saw her newest video, you know she's got 2 new bovine over there at her farm. So she reached out to him because she knew he was going to order us some vaccine. And she said, hey, when you go vaccinate Moody and Mildred and Tater and Big Fuzzy, could you come
That's right.
do mine? And he said, well, I got Brooke some ordered, so I'll go ahead and order you some too. So we're just waiting. He wants to do all that at one time.
All at one time. And I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either.
He likes us, but
he likes us, but it's not an emergency situation. So, obviously in the video I had sent Dr. D that little clip of what you showed it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of what Big Fuzzy's leg looked like. And I'm referring to her as Big Fuzzy, y'all. That's not her name, but you know who I'm talking about. I mean, I don't know how else to refer to her right now except for the baby. Okay. The baby. Y'all, and people that tune in later are gonna think I've had a new baby. Kinda. It's a big fuzzy baby. Anyway, that some of y'all said in the comments from that video that it looked like it may just be an infection.
Mm-mm.
And that's not the case. It's not the case. We were told that she was possibly stepped on by the mama at a young age, but we don't know.
We don't know. We don't know all the history, and it's been passed down because we just found out we're the fourth owner.
Fourth owner of this young big fuzzy.
Yeah. Not for sure exactly how old she is, really.
Dr. D will know more.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll be able to, kind of pinpoint.
That's right.
I mean, we don't know. We don't know. But he did tell us what feed we should feed her. So we got that.
That's right.
We've been using that. And the lady estimated her to weigh 300 pounds. So until we're told differently, that's what we're going off of. I asked you if I had anything on my face, and you said no.
You told me to look at your teeth.
So you didn't look at my face.
I didn't see that earlier.
So y'all I hadn't ate a brownie or anything. I ate a handful of almonds. That's what I ate. And obviously a little got on me.
Oh, me. But yeah, and tomorrow's video will show y'all a lot more about her and how she's doing here and all that kind of good stuff. It's that's tomorrow's video mostly, and hanging out with us.
But I will say that we were concerned with not especially knowing her previous diet, changing that could cause scours, and Mildred even had them.
Yeah.
Mildred was a bottle baby, and she developed scours. So she has not had any of that, and she is just on grain. She's not being fed a bottle. So we're thrilled to know that she's adjusted well to the change of feed.
That's right. That's right.
All I was told from the previous girl is that she was in the pasture, and that when she needed her to come, she gave her a little sweet feed, and she came. So that's kind of where we are.
That's right. That's where we are.
So do y'all notice anything different behind me up here beside the Alabama bear?
I got his arm around something up there.
It is. I got to take it down because it is too beautiful to. Please don't fall, little bear. It's too beautiful not to show y'all up close. I almost dropped it. This is a handmade peacock from alpaca fur and different materials. There was 3 different materials listed from our friends over at Adventures with Me and T. And Alondra makes things from handcrafted, of course, from alpaca fur. And she made us this peacock in memory of course, Scott. And we will display this little beautiful peacock up here with the red Alabama bear, so y'all can see it and just think of him every live. And we certainly appreciate it, Londra. It's just beautiful.
It is beautiful.
And along with a card from the University of Georgia.
Yeah,
to kind of break that mood up a little bit.
I don't know why she sent me a Georgia Bulldog card. Got a South Carolina one too. Got South Carolina.
Got a South Carolina one from somebody else.
Yep.
And they always give us alpaca socks. So we appreciate y'all.
That's right. Appreciate all of y'all.
Yes, picked up cards today from the post office, and it was a stack like this. So
and we opened every single one of them and read them before the live tonight.
We did. Yep. We opened up all of them. We're still trying to figure out how we can display them. We don't have much time left. What is it? 10 days till Christmas?
The 17th.
Oh, 25th. So 8 days.
Yeah, it's getting this close.
Gosh,
it is close.
That is close.
Yeah.
That is close. Yeah, we better come up with something quick. We better come up with something quick. But we have enjoyed reading all y'all's cards. And yes. We appreciate
absolutely
every one of them.
Everything. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
That's right. That's right. You got to scratch that off.
Yeah, I got to keep up on show notes.
Well, y'all know that Kaden had an accident on his motorcycle and talked about it Saturday that he had broke some bones in his foot. And y'all, this is terrible, but there was not an orthopedic surgeon in the state of Alabama Friday evening that could do his surgery. So as of today, he still has not had surgery. Yesterday, he and his mom visited the orthopedic clinic in which a CT scan was done. He was going back today to get the results of the CT and scheduled for Friday surgery. The surgeon said that it was much worse than what the mom and Kaden thought it was. And his foot's actually dislocated. So his mama hopes he doesn't have to have multiple surgeries.
That's right.
I did tell Kaden this morning that we were praying for him, and he said, "Thank you so much, Miss Brooke and Jason." So hopefully he's in good spirits. I can't imagine the pain he must be in.
Yeah, I know. I thought about that today. I did.
Y'all remember when I fell in that hole at the chicken coop and I twisted my ankle? It was sore for 6 weeks, and I can't imagine what he's got to deal with.
That's right.
It's it can't feel good.
It can't feel good. No, it can't feel good. And
so just I know he's just anxiously awaiting some surgery to happen so he can actually, get on with it.
Yeah, that would be, the anticipation would be terrible.
Yeah, because he's going to be a week after the accident that he actually has the surgery.
Yep.
So that's just poor kid. Poor kid.
I think back when we rode 4-wheelers all the time and none of us really got hurt. And I have no idea how we got lucky. I have no idea.
Well, I tell you.
No idea how we got lucky. Goodness. And not only 4-wheelers, we have 3-wheelers too. And who in the world thought a 3-wheeler was a great idea?
I don't know.
But yeah, but then of course the 4-wheeler came out. But I had a 3-wheeler for the longest time. Matter of fact, me and my buddy was riding a 3-wheeler up the hill, and the handlebars, the tube. So you got your wheel, and your tube, your tire was on your forks, and the fork went through the handlebars and had a nut right there.
That nut came out?
And that nut, when you turned, of course, that's what turned your front wheel. And that nut come off, and the handlebars come off while I was riding it like that, and the front wheel come off. We didn't get hurt, though. I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know how we never got hurt on a 3-wheeler. Oh, man.
Not to lighten Caden's accident at all, because his foot's in pretty bad shape.
Yeah.
But from the sound of what happened, he was going over a jump, and he came down, and he landed wrong and went full throttle on the motorcycle. So it could have been, it's bad, but it could have been a lot worse. At least he, didn't have to be airlifted and no head trauma.
That's right.
It seems like it could have been a lot worse. What was the name of your 3-wheeler?
I had a Suzuki, so it didn't have a cool name, but I saw somebody ask about the Big Red. My buddy Jason down the road, now he had the Honda Big Red.
Well, I was just thinking, Big Fuzzy he's a 3-wheeler right now. So maybe we should name her Suzuki. What do you think?
Oh, no, a Honda.
Or Susie.
I name her Susie?
Susie for Suzuki.
Oh, goodness.
We'll see.
Oh, we used to go everywhere on that 3-wheelers. And then, of course, we got 4-wheelers as things changed, but.
Well, I lived in the city, so it was illegal to have any of those things. But I did have a moped, and it
I can't believe you had a moped.
Well,
that blows my mind that you had a moped.
Mama babysat a boy named Chris, and he and I were friends, and so I can remember going to Chris's house on a Saturday. And he and I were on his little Honda 50 motorcycle. 2 kids on one little tiny motorcycle. Right. And I can remember he wrecked and my leg got burnt pretty bad because the motor hit my leg.
Yeah.
And his mama going to get some aloe vera to put on it to calm it down. But we got lucky that day. No handlebars came off or anything like that. But just the 2 of us on that little motorcycle, no.
I got a dirt bike. My parents got me. I didn't like it though. I did not like the dirt bike at all. My brother had dirt bike. He liked his dirt bike, but I didn't like mine. I didn't care for it. So I owned with a 3-wheeler, and then of course we got a 4-wheeler.
I'd have much rather had a dirt bike than the moped.
Really?
The moped just didn't go fast enough for me. I needed
that moped. I could see
it. But you know, my daddy worked at the funeral home, and he had a guy that was friends with Jason that went to work at the funeral home. His name was Scott, and Scott could make anything go faster than what it intended to go. So Daddy still had my old moped. It was still in the shop, and it did not run anymore. So he took that moped and took it to work with him. And it's the funeral home, so if nobody passes away, then you're just twiddling your thumbs.
You had a lot of idle time.
You had a lot of idle time. So Scott had the motorcycle at the funeral home, and he would work on it during his off time. And he fixed that moped. I said motorcycle, didn't I?
Yeah.
He fixed that little moped to where it would go about 80 miles an hour. And I remember Daddy coming home and telling me that Scott had fixed the moped, and he was going around the funeral home parking lot with his tie on, his dress shirt and his tie. And he had it so wide open that tie was flying behind him. And here he was on a yellow moped with baskets on it, just hightailing it around the parking lot of the funeral home.
Oh, goodness.
He got it running. Reckon what Scott did with that moped?
I don't know. I wonder if it's still at the funeral home.
I doubt it.
I doubt it. No, Adventures of Me and T had a good name.
What's that?
Kawasaki.
Kawasaki. That's good. Kawasaki. That's pretty clever.
Oh, gosh. That's funny.
That is pretty clever.
That's funny.
Big fuzzy Kawasaki. Y'all, she is the sweetest thing. I know we're going all over the place, but
okay.
I can't help but think about her. Just, she is so sweet. She had to have been bottle fed. She had to have been
definitely bottle fed. She's been definitely bottle fed. I don't know. I don't know. You know, my speculation is that the mom stepped on it and then the original owner bottle fed it.
I just don't know. I don't know. At some point, but between, 4 owners, not us, because we're number 4, and not number 3, because that's where I got her from.
Right.
Between number 1 and number 2, she had to have been bottle fed.
Yeah.
Because she is super sweet. And the lady that we got her from bought her to eat, and said that she couldn't because she was so sweet.
She was way too sweet.
Way too sweet. And man, no way. She is super sweet. She's
like a dog.
She's just like a dog. She's like a big fuzzy dog. A big fuzzy black and white dog. But sweetheart. I mean, Mildred was sweet as she could be after we got her on the bottle it took a long time.
Do you remember Mildred? We got Mildred and we were bottle feeding her, and she was fine. She was tame, and then she weaned. She got off the bottle, and then all of a sudden
she got standoffish.
She did not want nothing to do with us whatsoever. You couldn't. I mean, you try to walk up to her and she would run away. It was weird.
I can remember having tears in my eyes, thinking that I had done something wrong, and she didn't like me anymore.
It was so strange. It was like a roller coaster. But then all of a sudden, she was back to being. Who knows?
It's kind of like Holly. Holly acts like she sees ghosts in the house.
Y'all, bless her heart. I don't know what. And it's just strange. And it happened out of nowhere. So going down the hallway.
Talking about Holly.
Holly now. Holly would go down the hallway, has gone down our hallway 1,000 times. But here in the last month, she acts like there's a boogeyman in there for whatever reason. And you open up and tell her to come on down the hallway, and she looks like,
something's there.
You don't see that. Or she'll squat down real low, and then she'll inch and inch and inch, and all of a sudden she'll take off real fast. It's the craziest thing.
It's weird.
It is weird. And then there's a stool in the bedroom, a big stool, and we sit on it and love on her and stuff, and have been doing that forever. The last week and a half, she is terrified to get on that stool.
And it'll go away, and she'll act like nothing ever happened with the stool. I
don't know what it is.
And nothing ever happened with the hall, but it might be something new.
I have no idea what it is. But
there's no rhyme or reason for it.
Now this morning I worked with her on the stool. I sat on the stool and she's like, and she'll start pacing because she don't want to get on there. And I tell somebody said ghost. That's what I tell Brooke all the time. I always see the ghost.
Yeah,
we can't
what
see
she
it.
tells me. Dyson will say the ghosts are back, and I know exactly what he's talking about.
So this morning she was walking and she wouldn't. And finally, I got her to get up there, and she sat up there, and I was loving on her, and her tail started wagging and all that, and I could tell she calmed down a little bit. And then we got down, and she was still a little tentative, but she jumped up on the stool. Versus all that pacing, I'm not getting on the stool. So I don't know what it is. I have no idea. I tell you, if one of them ghosts get on that side by side, she's liable to fight them.
I went to Mama's a minute ago, and I took Holly with me because I thought she might need to go to the bathroom before we did the live. And so, of course, Dee Dee had to go with me too. And Dee Dee goes in Mama's house as long as Foxy's not inside.
Yeah.
Foxy's inside, I don't let her in because Foxy's kind of territorial. Well, Dee Dee goes with me to Mama's house, and I turn around and look for Holly, and she's sitting on the side-by-side. I said, Holly, you're supposed to be doing your business, not sitting on the side-by-side.
Y'all, I cannot tell y'all. So, especially since it's cooled off, since it feels good outside. And if we come in, so if we do chores, and she doesn't think that we've been outside long enough,
she come in.
She don't get off that side by side. She sits on it, and so I'll come inside. And you know we got glass all around the front, and so I'll come in. I said, "Come on in." She just sits there. You can see she'll turn her head. I said, "Come on in."
I mean, it could be close to an hour, and she's still sitting there.
And so I'll come inside, and I'll either fix me something to drink, or we'll have breakfast, whatever, and I'll peek out there. And she'll see me peek, and she'll turn and look at me like this, like, come on now.
Time to work.
We got to do something.
Time to work.
And we just can't go inside.
Well, maybe you need to bring side-by-side in and go down the hall with it and prove to her that there's nothing going to hurt her.
Oh, maybe so.
Yeah, she doesn't know. She thinks that is her side-by-side.
Oh, my God.
It's just a good thing the boys don't ride on it. So you'd have to keep that back seat down all the time if they rode on it. She would not have it.
Yeah, she's
a mess.
She does not get off that side by side. If we've been out there for a good little minute, say we've been out there a few hours or so working.
Oh, she's ready to come in.
She's ready to come in.
And lays down when she comes in. She's out. I mean,
but if it's a short trip outside,
it's not long enough. It's not long enough. We need to go to work.
I tell you, I'm glad she ain't figured out how to blow the horn.
Oh, you better not teach her.
I'd be in trouble.
Yeah. You would be in trouble, and that's for real.
Oh, I would be in trouble because she would lay on it.
Well, sometimes if if Holly gets to playing with the boys and he's ready to go, he'll toot the horn for Holly to come on. And she knows it. When he toots that horn, that means, come on, Holly, your ride's moving.
She knows the horn.
And she immediately perks up. She's like, my daddy's leaving. I got to go, boys.
She will go. I mean, she'll scoot. And then she jumps up on there. She's ready to roll. And
now no chance Dee Dee's going to let me drive on the side-by-side either without her going with me. Yeah. She's not going to have it. She's about like Holly when it comes to that. You know, if she's catching a ride, she's not walking.
Yeah, but Dee Dee's not going to sit out there.
No, Dee Dee's coming in when I come in. She's not going to sit out there.
Oh, me.
Dee Dee's coming in. Dee Dee's a mess. Dee Dee is a mess. She's right here, in case y'all wondered.
Yeah.
And Holly.
Yeah, Holly's right over there.
She's right over there. So everybody.
I don't know what Holly sees.
I don't know either. I don't know if we want to know. I really don't. She might come up with a good story.
I was telling Kaden, he asked me something about Holly or something like that. But anyways, it came up about loud noises, and I said she gets certain loud noises.
Oh, it was probably a gunshot when y'all were outside working.
And it was a gunshot, and I told her she's real gun shy. And I said, now,
not from our property.
No. When we first got her, we're out in the country, so I mean, you liable to hear, somebody target shooting, sighting their rifle in.
It's hunting season too.
So. The farm next to you, you just hear it, and so, or dove season starts, and you'll hear, gun, that noise travels, And so she's never really been gun shy whatsoever. But probably in the last 6 months, a gun goes off and she's gone.
Foxy's the same way though.
But Foxy's always been like that. But Holly hadn't. And then all of a sudden, Thunder now scares Holly. So I don't know.
And Thunder will scare Bandit, but not Rocky.
Not Rocky. Yeah.
Rocky's just, I don't know. I don't know. They're totally different.
They are totally different.
Totally different.
Rocky said, "I've looked death in the face. I'm not scared of no thunder."
Nope, not scared of no thunder.
I'm not scared of thunder at all.
I tell you what Bandit's scared of. Bramble.
Yeah.
Bramble the cat. So Bandit knows how to open the side barn doors. The front doors are too heavy. He can't open those. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
So we always keep the side doors locked so Bandit can't come in if we're doing something. So Bandit, somehow, some way, we didn't lock the door. Bandit comes in.
And y'all, when Bandit comes in there,
oh goodness,
he thinks he's at Disney World. I mean, he's like, oh, I'm in the barn. I'm in the barn.
He doesn't move slow, and he is not very coordinated.
Oh gosh.
So it's like a, tornado coming through.
He's just so excited when he gets in that barn. I mean, he just lights up, and you're like, oh, please don't. And then, if he finds something that he thinks is a toy,
what did he take out of mine the other day?
All right. If you like, me and Kaden put feed up, and so we'll start shoving the feed bags in there, and all the feed bags in the one empty feed bag, and then we'll sit it there. And next time, take garbage out, or if we need to burn something, we'll use it. No, Bandit got it. He's gone out the door with it. Thinks it's the best thing.
What it was the other day. It was something.
Cat beds. He gets the cat beds out.
It was something I had just sat down, and you said, Bandit said, "Mama, you don't need this, do you?" So when Bandit comes in the barn, he's not going to hurt any cats. He's been around Tucker and Pink and Angora and all Mama's cats, and there's no problem.
Yep.
Well, when he comes in the barn, Biscuit and Sylvester automatically think he's trying to kill them. So they just go. I don't care if it's up the ladder or if it's across the stalls. Biscuit and Sylvester are gone. Not Bramble.
Not Bramble.
Bramble arches his back
like
a cartoon. He takes that back and he arches it as big as he can. And that symbols Bandit it's time to play.
Yeah.
So Bandit starts hopping around. And y'all, if we could catch it on camera, I promise y'all you would laugh so hard. Bandit starts running around and he's pawing and he's playing and he's acting like the biggest cat out there.
And he weighs 150 pounds.
He does. So one day he got close to Bramble and he was just playing and Bramble took his paw up. Well, that got Bandit fired up, and y'all, he took off out that barn door, and I'm telling you,
scared him to death.
He did not let up. He ran all the way to the house with his tail in between his legs.
Oh, man.
Bramble put his paw up.
Oh, goodness.
But he forgot because he's been back and done it since.
If we do forget, like if we've been using that side door and forget, you can hear it.
He came in this morning, and I said, Jason. And Jason didn't say anything. And I said, Jason. And Jason didn't say anything. And I looked, and it was Bandit. Yep. Rocky can't do it, I don't think.
Rocky don't care to go in the barn. Rocky
could
could care less about that barn.
And the thing is when Bandit opens that side door, he swings it open that far, and that door's not the lightest thing in the world. No, it's not.
And then you go in there, and he's smiling. He's grinning from ear to ear.
He's so happy. Because he just wants to be with me. And a lot of times I don't even make him go out. If there's nothing he can get into.
There's nothing to get into.
So we think there's nothing he can get into. There's always something he can get into.
The other day, both of them were in there, but he was having a time in there. But I had cleaned it up. And so, there was nothing he could get into.
They're wonderful dogs, both of them. They have been through their puppy stage. And with the exception of them hauling things out every now and then, they're very good dogs.
They are good dogs. They are.
Yeah.
They are very, very good dogs.
Very good dogs. So, Mary Carl and I had to go to town. We went to the post office, trying to keep on top of these Christmas cards that y'all are sending. And we went by the thrift store because I wanted to get something to feed Baltimore Orioles on.
That's your bird.
I've never seen one. And a lot of y'all are laughing because you live in an area where Baltimore Orioles are prevalent, probably like Blue Jays or Bluebirds are here. But there's a lady in Montgomery, Alabama, that has 3 female Baltimore Orioles in her yard. And she feeds them jelly, grape jelly. So the last time I was at the grocery store, I picked up some grape jelly, but I didn't have anything to feed them on that wasn't something that we use.
Right.
Like a regular old plate. And she uses these little pedestal things that are like a dish, and she's got all kind of pretty stuff. And so I said, I'm not going out to buy something brand new. I'm going to the thrift store. So of course, me Carl's all about going to the thrift store. Well, we found a couple of things that we thought we could use for the jelly. And I am just hopeful. It may not happen this year, but I'm hopeful that in the future, we will eventually have some Baltimore Orioles. Now, the females are not as pretty as the males, but I would be happy with any of them. She has 3 that return every year.
That's pretty cool.
Isn't it, though?
Yep.
And
I see a lot of people saying they love jelly. So
yes, I'm hoping that this is going to work, because I got 2 little things. One of them is kind of like a little pedestal. You saw it, didn't you?
Yeah, I saw a little pedestal.
It's a flat surface on the top. I kind of feel like it needs to have a rim on it. Yeah. But Mary Carl said, well, they need somewhere to perch. So we'll just put a dollop in the middle, because ants are probably going to find it rather quick.
I'll have to figure something out, but I'll get it set up out there where my bird, what is a retreat out there?
Yeah.
My bird retreat.
But what I was getting to was that we were leaving, and I said, Mary Carl, you want some ice cream? And she was like, yes. So we could have went to one of the, peach farms that has flavored ice cream year round. It's delicious. But we were on the side of town where there's a little place called Wild Moon Boba. And I said, you want to go in there? Because she had gotten ice cream there once before. And she's never been keen on the Boba tea, which is kind of I don't know if you call it a fad thing. It's kind of popular with teenagers now. I mean, popular with grown people too, but popular with teenagers. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't want to be in the group,
mm-hmm.
So Emily, the Clack Shack's daughter, mama, had mentioned to us that Emily wanted to go get a boba tea. Didn't Mary Carl want to go?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we ended up taking a separate trip that day that Emily went with us. But today we stopped at the boba place, and she was out to get ice cream, and they said it's seasonal. They only have ice cream in the summer.
Oh.
So Mary Carl said, Mama, I want to try one of those boba drinks, because she had one before. The one she had before had the tapioca in the bottom, the boba. And so I said, what kind do you want? I'm just not interested in that kind of stuff.
I tried. I didn't like it either.
It just ain't my thing.
Yeah.
So she said strawberry. And they said, well, do you want black tea or water? And she said water, because I think last time she
got the tea and didn't like it.
She didn't like it last time. So she got the water. And I brought with me up here to show y'all. Maybe some of y'all hadn't ever seen it before, but it's funny because Jason and I saw something this morning that was.
It was a joke. It was funny.
It was a joke, but
that
looks
funny. Like fish eggs.
Well, I don't tell you.
Is it
do
good?
Y'all like it? I mean, have y'all ever tried it? Do y'all like it? The strawberry part of it's good.
Yeah.
But when I suck up one of these, now these, I don't think this is tapioca. I think this is just flavored syrup balls.
Mm-hmm.
When I suck one of those things up, it just makes me jump, because it goes in your mouth and you're not expecting it.
Yeah.
It's different. It's definitely different. Let's see. There's one.
I don't want it.
All right, so that's what they look like. Now that's not tapioca.
I don't want it.
But it's a little flavored syrup ball. I'm putting it back in here because I don't like it. But I just wondered how y'all felt about those things. It just seems to be the hottest thing going.
It is. Yeah, it does. You're starting to see the little shops pop up all over the place.
Somebody said, no, yuck.
But,
ew, look at all the yucks.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't care for it either.
I don't either. It's not my thing.
Yeah.
And I didn't get anything, but I wanted to show it because I just think it's different. It's neat.
And I think it's been around for a really long time, but it's just now like it's catching steam. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well,
I guess like coffee's been around a long time, and all of a sudden Starbucks, and you got all these,
specialty.
Yeah.
To make money off of it.
That's right. That's right. But yeah. But the thing we got sidetracked on, I say sidetracked. They were supposed to go for boba tea, and then we ended up doing something different, and that was we went to the Alabama Shakespeare Festival and went and saw A Christmas Carol.
Well, Saturday we had planned on Kaden coming, so this was a last minute thing.
Yeah, that's right.
A blood clot. Jeez, that's funny. It was a last minute thing because Kaden wasn't coming, and so we didn't want to work. We didn't want to work. Kaden has worked us to death.
Yeah.
So I told Jason, I said, let's look and see about tickets and see if they're available. And we looked, and lo and behold, they were. And I did not want. They had 2 shows on the weekend, 2:00 and 7:00. And I told Jason, I said, I don't think I can do the.
Plus, it was a 2-hour
play.
So that'd have been 9:00, and then getting back would have been 10:00.
It's an hour drive.
Yeah.
I did not want to do that.
Yep.
So we checked for 2:00, and they had planned on getting the boba tea. And so we just asked if Emily could go with us.
Yes.
And Emily did. So me and Carl took a friend with her, and we all 4 thoroughly enjoyed A Christmas Carol.
It was so good. Now, we've seen several plays, but we've never gone to this play. They do this one every year.
Every year.
It's A Christmas Carol, and it was really, really good. And the part that they had the Ghost of Christmas Past on wire, and I don't know if you've ever been to this theater here in Montgomery, Alabama, but I mean it's gorgeous, it's beautiful, but it's not like really huge. And we've been behind the scenes there because me and Carl went to a school there or camp or whatever you want to call it this summer, and just the fact that they had her swinging all over that place like Tinkerbell blew my mind how they pulled that off.
I was amazed because you could not. I mean, I kept looking and I was squinting because I was like, you should be able to see that wire. Yes. You should be able to see that wire.
You could barely see the wire, and it was no herky jerky either. And it was so smooth. And even when she landed on the ground, it was so smooth. I mean, the play was absolutely phenomenal. But that really just blew me away that they had her swinging out. And then the Ghost of Christmas Past, he came in on the wire. But he didn't have.
If it was the same person.
No, it was totally different. Okay. I looked in the thing.
Okay.
And of course, he didn't. He was a skeleton, and he didn't have any speaking, or didn't speak. Mm-hmm. And then he came down on the wire, but somehow or another that wire disconnected, and I never saw it because he walked around the stage and walked out when he exited.
But it was thing, so good. It was so
It was cool. Really, really good.
We had never seen The Christmas Carol. We talked about it last year that we wanted to go.
Yes.
And Miss Laura, last year, she sent us a gift certificate to the Shakespeare Festival, but it was too late in the season to go see that play. So we utilized those tickets for another play. But I told Laura, I said, we saw, A Christmas Carol. And she said that when her children came home a couple of weeks ago, that they all went as a family. Of course, they've seen it time and time again, but it's just a family tradition that they go and see the play. There's some of them that you just never get old.
That would be one of them.
That would be one of them. And that's why they see it again and again. And it's a fun family outing.
And their new season has been released of all the plays that are coming out in 2025. And there's 3 I know that we want to see. Hamlet being one of them.
Hamlet, and then
there's Robin Hood, which is a comedy, and I can't remember the other one now. But anyway,
something Birmingham, wasn't it?
I think it's I think so. I think that's right.
Not the Watsons go to Birmingham.
I think that is it.
I thought that was the one we saw last year.
No.
That's it. The Watsons go to Birmingham.
That's it.
But everything we've seen there has.
And the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, so there goes 4. We should have bought season tickets, Jason. I mean, I said to Jason, I said, look, me Carl's about to be 15 years old. When I was 14 years old, there's no way in the world I would have went to the Shakespeare Festival with my parents. So I think that We got a good kid, first of all. And second of all, I
was
don't
gonna
know.
look it up, but I can't.
I don't know what else I was going to say. We got a good kid, but I'm thankful. I'm thankful that
Yep.
she enjoys things like that because I did not enjoy it when I was her age. That's something I would not have done.
Yeah.
I mean, we went with
it
our
was fun.
class to the Shakespeare Festival once a year, and I didn't pay attention. I didn't watch the play. I
Yeah.
was not interested. But now it's something that she desires to
Right.
do. She's much more mature than I was at that age. Maybe that's what I'm getting at.
That's what it is.
I don't know.
Maybe so.
But she always enjoys it.
Yeah, I know too. It's so much fun. It's so much, and there's not a bad seat in that entire place.
No, because we sat in the balcony area, and it's
perfect.
It was where we decided we would sit from that point forward.
We can
if
get
it
those
was available.
seats again. That's where we're gonna sit from that, because the way it's shaped, there's only like 6 chairs on this
one
row, and so you can get on that end. So you don't have to, if you have to go to the restroom or something, you don't have to walk by so many people to get out. That it's just perfect. And chances are that, if we got those, that most people are not going to get the other 2 or 3 seats.
Well, then we'll buy the season tickets and we'll lock in those seats.
There we go. There we go. I can't wait to see the Wizard of Oz, because I got a feeling that the Wizard of Oz is going to be just as big a production as the Christmas Carol was.
I'm just amazed at the whole thing. Every time we go, I'm amazed. I'm amazed at the actors. I'm amazed at the facility.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful that it's in Montgomery.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys have never been and you have an opportunity to do so, because I think anybody would enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I hope my mama will go with us at some point, because she's never been. And
really?
Never been.
Oh yeah.
And she will enjoy it too. So
she would enjoy it. There's everywhere there. She could go to the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, she would probably really enjoy that one. So we've got a lot to look forward to this summer, because that's when I guess most of them will take place. What's the one after this one? Is it the next one we want to see or not?
I think it's the Watsons Go to Birmingham.
Okay.
Is next.
So if Kaden has time to recover, then we have some off time. Not wanting him to be off, but that's about the only way we're not gonna have to work.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not going to 7 o'clock. I just can't do it. It's too late.
Yeah, it's too late.
Too late.
It's too late. It's really nice.
We're too old to. I don't mean too old. I just mean
we just go to bed early.
Home before that.
We go to bed early and we wake up early.
Yeah, and it's hard to get out of that routine.
It is. I try to. So me and Mary Carol watched a movie last night. And I was going to talk about that movie, but we watched a movie last night and it was over at 8:30. And I thought, I usually going to go to bed about 9:30. More closer to 9, and I may watch me something. I didn't make it to 9 o'clock. I was gone.
When they watch TV,
I was gone,
and I'm doing something else. It never fails that if I start watching TV, I fall asleep. I cannot hang.
And I was up here, because our TV is right across. So this is where me and Miracle watch TV, right where you see us, right here, and our TV is straight across, right there. And so it was 8:30. Mary Carl, she went down there and I heard you and her talking.
Yeah, she came to visit with me.
And so I was in here trying to watch TV, and next thing I know, I woke up on this couch and it was 10:30. I was like, that didn't work.
So that made me think about something. I made them something to eat while they were watching TV last night.
You did.
And it was really, really good. Let's see what it was called.
I'm gonna tell you, it don't sound good. It does not sound good at all. To me, it didn't. Now, Mary Carl may have thought
I made this. I had it to make for Thanksgiving, but we ended up getting the red velvet cake from Zoe for Thanksgiving, and so that just scratched all the desserts, which was fun.
Right.
But I had bought the ingredients for Thanksgiving, and this is what it was, y'all. No bake cranberry yum yum. That sounds not good, doesn't it?
Well, it is a dessert, and instead of using jelly or strawberries or whatever, you use cranberry sauce.
My mama used to make this by using chocolate pudding, and she called it zebra pie. It was basically the same thing.
Yeah.
And Mary Carl's had it before, and she liked it. But the reason I was going to make this is because it had cranberry sauce in it.
Yep.
it calls for whole berry cranberry sauce. Well, she does not like the whole berry. So I decided that I was going to try it with the, regular old,
right.
what do you call it? Gelled cranberry sauce.
Regular cranberry sauce.
So then I couldn't figure out how I was going to get it to spread. So I took a potato masher and I mashed it up. If she had seen me do that, she probably wouldn't have ate it. She'd have said that's gross. But layered it on top, and when you eat it, it tastes like strawberry.
It did. The cranberry sauce, I just think of savory, I guess. It's real tart, and I like it with chicken and dressing, and it just didn't sound like a dessert filling to me. But when you made it and I tasted it, it tasted almost identical to strawberries. I don't know what it was, but...
And, after I thought about it, I kind of felt like it tasted like cherries.
Yeah. You feel like it tastes like cherries?
I felt like it tasted
Didn't taste like cranberry sauce.
It did not.
Not like you
at
think.
All.
Yeah.
Not at all. But she liked it. It was a hit. I had 2 of them saved that I was going to make. So now, next time I got to do the cranberry. It's pretty. The picture of it's pretty. It's a cranberry pie.
Okay.
I told her I'd make that for Christmas. So we will see it unless Zoe offers something better. This was the cranberry pie that I was going to make. And have not made it yet either. But I got the ingredients for it.
I don't know. I saw Mr. Key said his grandma made cherry yum yum.
Yeah, yum yum is a southern thing. It's made. I say southern thing. Yum yum is a southern thing.
Mm-hmm.
But people make it with all different kinds of fillings and kind of whatever floats your boat.
I could eat just the yum yum. You don't have to have.
Oh, y'all.
It don't have to have cherries. It don't have to be chocolate. It could just be yum yum pie.
Yeah, Jason thought he was going to be so comical. So the bowl was sitting there and it was filled with the, leftover that I had used a spatula to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, that stuff sure was good. And he had wiped it all over his beard and stuff. And his face was totally white. He said, I don't even need to wait for it to get ready. This is perfect. But another thing that we made, well, we didn't make it, I made, that was very, very good this past week was something else that a follower has sent. And I don't remember who sent it, but I saved it in my notes. And it was called Swamp Stew.
Soup.
Swamp Stew.
Oh, I just saw soup right there.
I called it soup.
I got you.
Stew. So, I bought the ingredients for it. I didn't know when I was going to make it, but it's kind of stuff that can just sit until you run out of.
It is so good.
Things to make, and that's what I did. One day I couldn't figure out what I was going to make for dinner or supper, and I made it. And it's got turnip greens. In our case, we use collard greens. What is it?
Michael Key.
He wouldn't know if it had alligator in it.
No, he said I still got that. I still got that stuff on my beard.
Oh, do you?
Because it's white.
Okay. But quickly, the ingredients are Conecuh sausage. If you don't know what that is, it's made in Evergreen, Alabama, in Conecuh County. Chicken broth, diced tomatoes, a can of black-eyed peas, can of navy beans, 16 ounces of chopped turnip greens. Of course, you could buy them in the grocery store, but we grew ours. And a packet of Knorr's vegetable soup mix. And basically, you add a little garlic, little Creole seasoning, a little Worcestershire sauce.
It's good.
And serve it over rice, and it was delicious.
It was really good.
It was even better probably last night left over.
I told you that. To me, it tasted better the second night.
It had a little heat in it last night versus
the
first night that we didn't notice.
It did. And I forgot to put hot sauce in it again last night.
Mary Carl and I left out to go to town, and you were eating something leftover, and I meant to tell you could eat that little bit of stew that was left.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I had leftovers anyways.
Yeah.
Yep.
We don't let too much go to waste over here.
We don't.
I thought time and time again, the last time I made chili, I doubled it up because I said, I'm going to cook a double amount, and what we don't eat, I'll put it in the freeze dryer. Guess what? We ate it all. None goes in the freeze dryer.
So let me ask you this. So I know I can look it up. So what's the difference between a stew and a soup?
Well, I don't know. She just called it a stew, and I called it a soup. So
I don't know what the difference
maybe
is.
A stew is it's stewed.
It's like thicker and heartier. I don't know. I don't know what's the difference between a stew and a soup.
I don't know.
Idea. Somebody's gonna tell us.
I don't know.
I don't have a clue.
But I know it was good.
Stew's thicker. That's some question mark. That's what I'm wondering. Is a stew thicker?
A stew is
I don't
thicker.
Know. One is thicker.
Okay, well that makes sense. It's good though, and whoever sent it, I can't remember. I could go back and look at my email.
Stew
but
is thicker. That's it. The stew's thicker.
I told that lady I was going to try it, and I did.
I'm glad you did because it was on point.
It's going to be something that we will continue to make
because we have so many collard greens, and and we eat them all the time. But swapping it up like that was really good because collard greens were delicious in it.
And even Mary Carl enjoyed it.
Really did. You could even swap the collard greens out for kale. You could use any green, kale, mustard,
any kind
turnip
of green. Yep.
Yeah, it was good. It was really, really good.
And it was simple, and I like simple.
Mm-hmm.
I probably could have done it in the crock pot and just add the greens at the very end, but I didn't. I just cooked it in a pot and took about 30 minutes or so.
Somebody said they were born in the South and they think stew and soup's the same. Laugh out loud. That's what I was thinking.
Well, obviously I do too, because she called it a stew, but I saved it as soup.
This is the first time that's ever crossed my mind.
I don't know that it didn't cross my mind when I made it. So, yeah, it was good.
It was good. So I was the movie Me and Mary Carl last night.
Mm-hmm.
It was from the mid 2000s, and I don't know why we've never seen this. And I'm looking, and so me and Mary Carl we'll watch Star Wars, and then we'll watch John Wayne. There's no rhyme or reason as to what we like, and so we're flipping through there, and then I was couldn't find nothing. I just couldn't find nothing. Nothing was
appealing
to neither one of us, and so we're flipping, and there was a little thing says not Academy Awards, but anyways, good movie. And this movie was up for a lot of awards, but didn't win any. But I was flipping through there, and this one came up, and it was a Western. And I thought, well, good, because Westerns usually don't. Typically if a Western's up for any type of award, then it's a really good Western.
Well, Mary Carl told me that it was from the same producer or something from Oh Brother.
It is.
We're Out There.
So it was PG-13. I was like, this is great, perfect. So I don't have to Google and make sure it's safe for us to watch. It's PG-13. So cut it on. And then when I read it was the Coen brothers who directed it, who also did Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, which is one of my most favorite movies of all time. And they're great. They've done a ton of good movies. Fargo, and they're just done great movies. I've never
seen that, by the way.
Fargo? You would probably like it. So cut it. It was called True Grit was the name of the movie. It was True Grit. And it was so good.
Had Jeff Bridges in it. I would probably have liked it.
You probably would.
We can't take that chance, though. Probably and will is two different things.
But it was such a great movie. It was really, really good. It was Jeff Bridges was in it, and Matt Damon was in it, and there were some other actors. But of course, those were the headliners. It was so good. It was really, really good. Really good. Loved it. So that was one of our. That'd be up there. One of our best movies we've seen this year, I think. For sure.
I'm glad y'all came across it then.
Me too.
What was it on? Netflix?
No, maybe. Gosh, I can't even remember now. I can't remember. Sorry.
Well, I guess I
think it was Netflix.
Google it. It wasn't a crazy channel, though, was it?
No, it was either one of the, Netflix. It was either Netflix or Amazon, so that'd be Netflix.
Well, I can't stay awake to watch anything. I get interested in something, and then I fall asleep, and I'm like, can't do that.
Yeah,
can't do that.
Yeah, but it was good. Somebody said that this wasn't the original. The original True Grit was with John Wayne.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So maybe I read about it.
Maybe we could watch that one too.
Oh, you probably won't find it though.
Maybe maybe on Amazon, because we couldn't find Grease. Even though it's, but Amazon had it. But the original True Grit had John Wayne in it. This was the newer version that the Coen brothers directed.
Is it like the same storyline?
I think because it's off a book.
Huh.
It was the story from a book.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it was good. It was so good. Really good. Jeff Bridges did an amazing job in it. Really did. because he's kind of not a good guy, but he ends up being a good guy at the end. So
I didn't know what they're watching, but as I was downstairs preparing what I'd made for them to eat during their movie, I could hear them, the movie playing, and I could not understand what they were saying. And I thought, I don't know what they're watching, but I'm glad I'm not watching it. If I did, the closed captions would have to come across because I couldn't understand their language. Could y'all understand it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So maybe it's just because I was down there.
Well, it's probably because Jeff Bridges' character he talked like this right here. Almost very similar to Sling Blade,
Yeah.
But Carl. But
yeah.
he talked like they mumbled.
Well, I couldn't understand him. Yeah. And I did not know what y'all were watching.
That's what it was.
And I don't interrupt unless it's time to give the snack away.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Well, y'all got to have your snack again tonight.
It's okay. It was good. I'll take it.
It was good.
I will take it.
Well, what else you got?
That's about it. I saw somebody ask, did we see Misty from Misty Dawn's new goat baby?
Mm-hmm.
They said it looked like Neapolitan ice cream.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen that.
Is it on Facebook, I wonder?
I don't know.
I would love to show it to everybody if it.
I haven't seen it though.
Let's see, Misty Dawn. Here we are.
See it?
I guess it's that one, maybe.
Maybe so. I don't know.
Oh goodness.
That had to be it.
Well, she's got her latest video is a goat that's having a few issues, and I wonder if that's it. Because the one before that's donkey, so I'm betting that's it. But I can't wait to see it. Neapolitan ice cream looking goat.
I saw a lot of people saying that the original True Grit is on YouTube for free.
Huh. Well,
so we might have to do that then.
Good deal.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I hadn't seen a movie with Jeff Bridges in a long time, and I forgot how great of an actor he was. It was really good. Really good.
So it's almost time for What's for Supper. And Jason is gonna be in charge of What's for Supper tonight.
That's right.
Because earlier today, I went out to the freezer. I did not have anything thawed out. And I said, I have dropped the ball because I wanted to cook a roast today in the crock pot, and it was not thawed out. And I said I could put it in the crock pot and, let it cook until it gets done, which may be late tonight. Or I could get something else out and put it in some water and let it thaw in the refrigerator. So I did. And it's fillets. Steak fillets from Calfee Cattle.
Mm-hmm. Our half a cow we got.
We tell y'all that we buy our meat from local farmers. And I thawed it out. And Mary Cross said, Mama, what are the chances we could get Daddy to cook it on the grill? Because I've been air frying steaks for the past, I don't know.
It's just really not air frying, though. It's really kind of broiling it.
Well, air frying in that little air fryer is air frying.
It's still convection oven. That's all it is. Air fryer is nothing but a convection oven.
So I've been air frying.
Just a fancy name for convection oven.
Oh, somebody said Instapot. Do they mean Instapot to thaw them out or Instapot to cook them?
I don't know.
But I said, well, let's ask. So we asked Jason if he had any pellets to cook the steaks with on his grill. And that's what you're going to do, right?
I am. I saw Weston is having smash burgers. That's one of my favorites.
Smash burgers.
I love smash burgers.
Well, now that you're going to get the grill back broke in, we may be on to something. And then it's going to get cold. This weekend it's going to be
my grill won't get hot enough for smash burgers. So.
It's going to be hot. It's going to be back in the 20s this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to go right back up again. I saw it.
It is. I mean, there's 2 nights that it's like 28, but then it goes right back up.
Right back up.
So don't hang those short sleeves up yet.
Catherine's having chicken and dumplings.
Oh, my goodness.
What's a smash burger? It's just exactly like it sounds.
A hamburger that's smashed together. And
they smash it down, and it's real thin, and it makes it kind of crispy.
Do we still have that thing to smash the burger?
I don't think so. It was a weight she said on it. I don't think so.
No. I had bought it at the thrift store. It was a press.
That just made your buns. I mean, that made your burger. That wasn't a smash burger.
Oh, I thought
A lot of people,
was.
it looks like a weight. It's got a handle on it, and they push it.
I don't know that we ever had one of those.
I can't remember.
So that's what we're going to have, and some baked potatoes.
Some baked potatoes.
And also have some fresh asparagus that I plan on cooking, unless y'all tell me to save it for another day.
Meat and potatoes, fine.
Okay. Well, then I've got my roast in the refrigerator thawing out. So we'll have the asparagus when I cook the roast.
Somebody's having brisket sandwiches. That sounds good.
Yummy.
Goulash over homemade French fries.
That sounds delicious. I thought about making homemade French fries tonight. And I said, you know what? It'll be just as easy. We're having a live. We won't be done till 5. I'll just stick the potatoes in the Instant Pot.
That'll work. Because it's going to take a minute for the grill to get hot.
Yeah. And potatoes, baked potatoes in the Instant Pot is like a potato that's been cooked in the oven for hours. It's so good. You know what my mama did yesterday?
What?
So she got me to taste it. And this sounds absolutely crazy. But she took walnuts.
Yeah.
And she said that she had read to put them in the oven on 150 degrees for 2 hours, which sounds crazy, doesn't it?
That's a long time.
But she said her oven would only go down to 170. So she put her walnuts on a baking sheet, cookie sheet, and cooked them for 2 hours, and they were really good.
Really?
It wasn't like it was toasted. It just brought out the flavor. And it was, I just couldn't believe that it wouldn't burn up. You know, you'd think 2 hours in an oily nut would be. It was good. It's really good.
I saw somebody said they're having meatloaf sandwiches. I have never thought of that.
No?
But that sounds good, especially if the bread was toasted.
Catherine makes meatloaf in these little muffin tins, you know, like that.
Does she put bread in there?
No, okay. I'm just saying.
You can make meatloaf sliders.
It'd be like little mini meatloafs, and you could use the slider bun then.
Yep. Get the Hawaiian buns.
Yes. Well, you'd have to half them, though, because if you cooked it in a muffin tin, it would shrink up. And
that's true.
Anyway.
That sounds good.
But I'm looking forward to our fillets on the grill, because it's better than the air fryer.
I've seen a lot of homemade lasagna tonight.
A lot of homemade lasagna.
I see a lot of people saying the meatloaf sandwiches are delicious.
I bet so. That sounds good.
Don't it sound good? Meatloaf sandwich.
What does Catherine call it?
Meatloaf minis.
Meatloaf minis. We'll have to try that too.
I love a cold meatloaf sandwich. Ain't that something? I don't know why. I don't know if that's a northern thing or a mid because I've never heard of anybody having a meatloaf sandwich.
Me either. But you know, we kind of.
Yeah, but I feel like our southern cuisine is fairly knowledgeable and large.
Yeah. Oh, cold meatloaf with mayo.
I've never heard of a meatloaf sandwich. Catherine says she likes a cold meatloaf.
It ain't no southern thing then. She's about southern as it gets.
Yeah, she is.
No offense. I mean, she's just like one of us.
I've never heard of that.
I hadn't heard of it either.
Well, now I got something to look forward to next time we have meatloaf.
We're going to have leftover and a meatloaf. What kind of bread do we need to use for our meatloaf?
I'm thinking toasted bread.
You think?
That's what I think. I may be wrong on that.
No. You could really gross me crawl out and put some mashed potatoes on top of it. Meatloaf and some mashed potatoes and between 2 slices of bread. I'd get her going.
Mary Carl doesn't want her food to touch.
She would be. She'd be not good after that. All right. So y'all video tomorrow. And we just hope we find out more about Big Fuzzy's leg soon. As soon as we do, we'll share with y'all. And I guess we better get to cooking. I'm gonna turn my Instapot on, and I'm gonna go put everybody up while you get.
I wrote this down because I thought it was silly, and it was a lady, and her name was Grandma. I saw Grandma in it, or Granny, and she said that she had a Chihuahua, and they named it Princess Margarita, and they was talking about names for the new cow. Princess Margarita.
Kawasaki.
Kawasaki.
That was pretty good. Kawasaki.
Oh goodness.
Well,
Why don't we grow Brussels sprouts? It don't stay cold enough here.
No, we're in the 70s today.
It just doesn't get cold enough here. We could grow Brussels sprouts 10 years, and 2 out of the 10 we'd get them. So it's not
Brussels
worth
sprouts
it.
are lovely, though. I
They are.
love
We love
Brussels sprouts.
We love them.
And same with asparagus. You know, we've grown asparagus before, and it's done well at the old farm, but it's not something that we've been able to continue to do well.
I'm gonna plant them back here in the back.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. We got a plan.
Yep. We got a plan. Well, hope you enjoyed tonight's live, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. And in the meantime, y'all be good.
That's right.